Alright guys, how's everybody doing today? So, we have something interesting today. So first off, welcome to the Marshal's Take. My name is Colton Brown, and I will be your Marshal for the day. Which, not just for the day, I have been doing this marshaling for about 5 years, so I do know a little bit here and there about some stuff. So, with that being said, let's get on to the news of today. Now, the most interesting thing that came out of today was the fact that GM, they seem like they have their nose into LMDH, which, if you don't know already by now, if you follow the motorsport world, LMDH is going to be the top tier program that's going to be in IMSA for 2022 or 23. I believe it's 23. So, I know that this year, starting at Sebring, LMH, Le Mans Hypercar, and Le Mans Daytona Hypercar. Supposedly that's what the H means, but Daytona, no, sorry, hold on, Le Mans Hypercar. So that's going to be starting in Sebring this year. So we already know that Toyota has already gotten theirs out. It looks fine, which that's going to be a bit of a rant today. I got just a few opinions about that, just nothing big. So up next, let's talk about GM real quick. As I said, they have their nose. They're sniffing around LMDH. I know recently they just got a new, I think it's somebody new in charge. Laura Wantrup Klosser. Yeah, she's in charge of this whole thing now. At least I think from the racing side of GM. GM currently does DPI, so they're the Cadillacs, and they've done great. Previous generations, they've done the Corvette DPIs, and they did great. They looked good. The Cadillacs, they looked good. They were dominant for a good while, for 2 years, and then the Acuras showed up, and they kind of stole the show a little bit. Nissan showed up, they stole the show a little bit, and so on. And it just kind of went back and forth. So now, with this new program coming up in 23, they're starting to sniff around and say, "Ooh, this looks good. Let's stick into this race series, and let's go to Le Mans." Because if you don't know by now, again, if you haven't been paying attention in motorsports and sports car mainly, the two big sports car series, WEC, which is in World Endurance Championship, and IMSA over here in the United States, those two were not able to do like a cross platform or cross top tier team or class. But now that the hypercar and the LMDHs are going to be one, I say one class. The main race is that they're going to try to do like a cross class between Europe and America. Is going to be in Daytona 24, which is a Rolex 24, which is going to be in January 30th. So we just got another week. It's going to be next Saturday. So mark your calendars. And the next race that a lot of people that want to try to participate in is the 24 Hours of Le Mans over in France. That's really the big show there. Everybody wants to go and win at Le Mans overall. So I think that might be something that they're trying to do, which they have, quote, they have unfinished business there. But we'll continue on that later on when we have some more information about that. Next up is still going to be GM, but it's going to be having to do with Corvette. Now, as we know from the IMSA classes, GTLM is dying. It is dying. The factory programs can no longer keep up with the money because of the virus that has wiped everything almost out. For instance, it's for a full-time schedule. From what I can see, the only teams that will actually going to do full-time is both Corvettes and one Porsche. Just one Porsche, and that's it for the class, for the GTLM class, which is the top GT class. It's very sad. It really is. I didn't want to see it go, but it comes to a point where there needs to be a one class deal. So moving forward, reading more about it, it looks like the Corvette is going to try to do something with like a GT3 program. Kind of hinted about it, kind of rumored around it. Which, if you don't know, the GT3s is a global spec for GT cars versus your GTLMs over here in America and GTE Pro over in Europe, the WEC. Again, that's doing a bit better because it's over there in Europe and most of the teams are over there. But here in America, the GTLM is dying. It really is. So I think this is kind of woken up some of the people over here in America to say, hey, maybe we need to start putting a one GT class race over here. It's going to be unavoidable at some point, because here recently, within the last 2 days, BMW has announced they're only doing the endurance races, which is just 4 of them. Rolex 24, 12 hours of Sebring, 6 hours of Watkins Glen, if Watkins Glen in New York can actually open up and let them race there. So it could be 6 hours of wherever. It could be another 6 hours of Road Atlanta again from last year. And obviously, Petit Le Mans, 10 hours of Road Atlanta. So, which BMW, I admit it, BMW is very good at long races. They really are. They do real good. So when it comes to the GT3 specs and stuff like that for Corvette, it just seems like it's an unavoidable thing. I couldn't think for a moment, but that's how it seems like it's going to be. So next is going to be more of a rant. That's really the only thing I could actually find here lately. That's sort of the big news of the day, really. So now, I guess it's something that I could talk about for a moment, if I can find it. It's gonna have to do with LMH. I'm not gonna say that I don't like it. I do like it. It's another big step in the sports car community and racing. It really is. But it's not a big but it's a but. Since Toyota has given us the photos of their hypercar, it and everybody has said this, it's not something kept secret. It's nothing that you have to dig and hide. It still looks like their LMP1. Only thing that's different, it looks wider, it's a bit shorter, and the arches are a bit higher than what they were. It basically looks like someone took the Sphinx, cut half of it, horizontally and just plop the cockpit on it. That's basically it, with a wing at the back. That's what it looks like. So, I mean, right now it could just be just Toyota's design that look. Get me wrong, it looks fine. To me, it looks fine. It's not gonna make me turn my head when I see it in real life. Like, oh, there it goes. It looks fantastic. It's fine. I am waiting to see other cars, other like by Collins. I'm waiting to see the what's the other one? Glickenhaus, with the help of Yost and Sauber. So that thing better be looking nice. It better sound good. It better do some really good stuff. It better look good. If it's taking this long, it's going to be missing out on the Sebring race, which is the opening race. So, again, I don't hate it. It's fine. So, let me hear what you guys have to say about the whole thing. Let's see here. I don't think I have it up right now. It looks like I'm not able to for chat right now. So when this is posted, we're gonna do some. Just post your opinions in the comments about it. What is your opinion about the Toyota? What do you think about Glickenhaus delaying their hypercar, and what's going to be taking so long with them? There needs to be more competition when it comes to Toyota. So I'm curious to see how Glickenhaus is going to do. And what's also your opinion about GM going into LMDH? They would anyways. And also, what do you think about the Corvette going into maybe going into a GT3 spec class within the next couple of years? What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the chat. So potentially, I might be able to find something. Let me take a look at. That's not what I wanted. I promise I'm a good streamer, guys. Totally new at this whole thing. Let's see if anything else has happened around the motorsport world. That's the one I want. Talk amongst yourselves. If you could open, that would be great if you could just open the website. Okay, there you go. So here recently, actually, it looks like the video has surfaced that Kevin Magnussen has been test driving the Chip Ganassi DPI Cadillac. And for the most part, I think he's doing fine. I think he's doing just fine. I've actually commented on that video that I saw, and I was like father, like son. So hopefully Magnussen, Kevin, can be a fantastic sports car driver just like Jan. I mean, it's in his blood. He's got it. And what's more good about it is that he's in GM just like his father. So I'm sure he's going to definitely show him some little tips, tricks here or there. I know Jan had a brief time in F1. It wasn't great. It wasn't long. Kevin has had maybe a bit longer. I'm not too sure about Jan's career in Formula One, but I guess when it comes to the high downforce capabilities of different cars going from series to series, it's all going to be sort of you could take this technique and put it over here, and this from this sports car put it over here, and stuff like that. It's all going to be interchangeable. So hopefully he can be a good sports car driver. All the best of luck to him. Go for gold, Kevin. That's all I gotta say. Now, I keep getting an error on my screen. Why is that? That's fine. That's fine. Output. Mm-hmm. Do. Everything looks like maybe this will work for a little bit. So, looks like right now I'm not able to put up any chat right now, but maybe in the next live stream, which will probably be on a Friday, we'll go over some of the comments that I have that are down there. We can go through and see how things are stacking up. Again, if you have, I haven't mentioned this on this particular live stream, but if I know I said this in the beginning, but if you have any questions about any like marshaling and stuff like that, I would be more than happy to answer your questions on how do you get involved in stuff like this, what is required, all that's all the questions you will want answered. More than happy to do that. Also trying to promote the marshaling as much as I can, because we do need some. All the people that I do work with when it comes to marshaling, there is a lot of elderly or older people that I do work with, and some of them retire from it real quick. Trying to promote this for younger people, because we do desperately need it. You can't have racing without the marshals. That's just it. Where the base of, I think someone put it like this: you can't have a music show without the roadies, because they bring out all the equipment. Basically, Marshall is the same way. We're the roadies of racing. So, again, if you have any questions about how to get into this stuff or any protocols and stuff like that, I'll do my best to answer any questions that you might have. So let's. It is going to be just a short stream today. I am going to be kind of busy for the next couple of days. So again, if you have any questions, just put it down in the comment section when I post this as a video. So I guess a quick update, a quick recap for some of the people that have joined the stream. So we talked about a little bit of GM having a bit of being curious when it comes to LMDH, kind of sniffing their nose around, which we all assumed that they would be going into LMDH anyways. I'm sure they want to stay in the IMSA series. They're very successful here. I know we have the Acura. They have said that they're doing it. Audi's doing it. Porsche's doing it. So that just leaves Mazda, which I don't know anything about Mazda yet. I hope they do. But even those handful of people that are going to be coming in to do this, that's going to spur on a lot of other manufacturers to come in and try to want to race it, like Audis or Porsches. It's definitely going to be a lot more a lot more not feasible, a lot more tempting to do LMDH with those brands in than say your hypercar that's over in Europe. So next thing we're going to try and next thing we're going to talk about is going to be Corvette going probably going to go into a GT3 spec category. Now, as we know, Corvette is in a GTLM class over here in IMSA. Now, as we also know, GTLM is dying. There's only Corvette and one Porsche this year, full time. That's it. So either way, Corvette is going to win the championship again. I mean, there's 2 Corvettes versus 1 Porsche. Unless that team bought the other Porsche, then I haven't read anything about that. I haven't read between the lines or anything. So it's come down to maybe this pro GT category is not going to survive. It's not going to be. It's not unavoidable at this point, especially for 21 and moving into 22 and 23. They're going to have to start looking at a 1 GT3 class, which is a good thing because it brings in more brands, it brings in more competition for people to say, hey, maybe I can go for an overall win in the GT class. That's going to be something that other brands are going to want to keep an eye out for. Everybody wants to go for an overall win in their class. That's a given. Oh, hold on, I gotta sneeze. Okay, never mind. So, at this point, the pro GT class over here in America is unavoidably dying. You can't. It's staring us in the face. Now, hopefully, there has been a Corvette GT3 program, just not in IMSA. More of I think they're like SROs, like your GT. What is it? The Pirelli World Challenge Series, stuff like that. I know I saw a few Corvettes in there doing some racings. I think they did fine. I believe they did fine. If I'm wrong, please tell me. If they did terrible, let me know. So it's not impossible. I mean, it's been done. The team that, well, not the team, the engineering company that was doing the Corvette racing team, as we know from earlier, actually from last year in December, Pratt & Miller sold the Corvette team to Oshkosh, which is like a military engineering program or something. So maybe Pratt & Miller has something to do with this GT3 program that they might show up in next couple of years. Maybe with like a customer team for Corvette, maybe for a GT3 program. We will keep our eyes on that. So again, the next thing that we're going to talk about is more on the opinion side of things when it comes to the program. Is that the Toyota LMH car, it looks fine. It looks fine. It's not going to make me turn my head or snap my head over to it to say, hey, there's this beautiful car over there. It looks fine. It basically looks, it's the only thing I can see about it is that it's lower, it's wider, It's a bit shorter. I mean, it's no surprise. It's not like you can dig through and find the little details about it. Everybody knows it still looks like their LMP1 car. And when I first saw some of the designs of the programs, they reminded me a lot of the GT1 cars back in the early 2000s or in like late 90s. And it was fantastic. I couldn't wait for it. Like, yes, this is going to be just like your GT1s, except with your hybrids and all kinds of stuff for prototypes. But now I see this. I mean, this could just be Toyota's design, just clearly theirs. So, when it comes to design, Toyota's doesn't really get me going. It doesn't. It's fine. It's about it. Now, we are still waiting on By Collins to show us their car. And as we all know, Glick and Haas still hasn't shown anything from their side of the things because they're still working on it. Even with help from Team Yost and with Sauber. It's coming up quickly. I mean, we all know that they're not going to be there for Sebring, which is a shame. More competition, the better. And I think we haven't heard anything of Peugeot. I mean, have they said that they're going to do this? I haven't heard. They've been very quiet. That's all I know. They've been very quiet. So as far as I know, it's just Toyota that has their car ready to go, which then again is Toyota. They have multi-millions and billions of dollars to do this and just throw their money into it. Because it's really their only works program besides something in probably like World Rallycross or World Rally Championship or something like that. So those are going to be the things that mainly on this channel, at least for this stream. Now I'm going to try and put this up as a video for comments and stuff like that. If you have any opinions about anything that I have said over this video / live stream, put it down in the comments section. I'll be more than happy to give my opinions as well. And if you have any questions about anything that I have said throughout this video or live stream, please let me know. I will be more than happy to try and answer them as best as I can. Now, let's see. I'm getting some errors on my screen right here. So, this is actually my first time streaming on YouTube. I mostly do it on Twitch. I've kind of figured that out a little bit. So I'm still new at this. This is still my 7th episode for the Marshal's take. So, when it comes to streaming wise on YouTube, I'm still working out some bugs. My first one for the YouTube side of things. So right now, I think that's going to be it for today. Not much came out of today for sports car wise. So I think I'm going to leave it here for this episode, episode 7. Again, this is the Marshal's take. Again, if you have any sort of questions, any sort of comments, opinions whatsoever about anything in the video, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to get back to you. I'm going to try to do my best and get back to the streaming on Friday. I know I had a bit of I skipped a bit here and there, especially on Friday, the last Friday and last Monday. I just didn't think anything was out that was important enough. So, get some things ready real quick. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have a good evening, good night, good morning, wherever it is that you may be in this world. I will see you guys on the next stream / video. Have a good day, guys.